It's Pat Gillis here. And I got thinking the other day that riding or working with horses is it's got a lot of layers to it. So, like back in the day, I suppose, if you were needing a horse to cross the city with, you'd go to a livery somewhere, you'd rent the horse, you'd get across the city, you'd leave it at the other end of the journey or whatever, however it worked. So it's kind of like a U-Haul sort of thing. And there wasn't a lot of time, desire, or really need to kind of try to make a connection with horses. I'm sure there were some people that did, like some, horse lovers that were kind of sense that there was more to these animals than just being a vehicle of transportation. But for the most part, I suspect that that's kind of how it was. You can still kind of see that nowadays. Like you'll have people that'll go on trail rides or whatever, and the whole point of the trail ride is sort of this experience of riding this animal, getting somewhere else, seeing some scenery, doing whatever. But there's not really a sense of trying to get to know or make a deeper connection with the animal that they're on. And there's nothing wrong. I'm not saying that that's wrong or anything like that. I'm just saying it's that layered kind of a thing. But there's some people who actually are looking for that kind of deeper connection, especially nowadays when everything is so busy, we're so disconnected from nature or from the actual sort of real world. We're all busy on tablets and telephones and computers and things like that. And the horse is offering something a little bit different than that. That's one of the big things that we stress at by riding school, is that before we ride, we really want to know the nature of the animal that we're dealing with and how he communicates and how he sees us and how he sees the world and how we can better have conversations with him that will be productive for both sides. That takes a little bit longer. Like it's a lot easier to go on a trail ride. Yeah, I laugh because people will ask, how long does it take to learn how to ride? And that is such a hard question to answer because it depends what layer you're going to go to, right? If you're just trying to get on a horse and see some scenery, hang onto the horn or whatever, and get back to your car safely, it doesn't take that long. But if you're looking to really have a deeper connection and an understanding of this animal and to be able to communicate with him sort of fluently in his language, whether you're on his back or on the ground, that takes a lot longer. But that journey is really, really worth it, I think. And I find that especially most beginner adults, when they come to me in the riding school, they're not coming because they want to be able to learn how to ride a horse across the city to get to another location. They're not looking to ride a horse so that they can see scenery, although sometimes they are, if they're going on a trip somewhere. But generally, most of the beginner, especially adults that come to the riding school, they're looking for something deeper. They're looking for something that they sense they've kind of missed out on with horses. It's really quite profound, actually. It's kind of deep connection that you can have with horses. And it's almost like over the centuries, the horse has been kind of standing around waiting for us to realize that he has so much more to offer. Anyway, thanks for listening. Remember to thank your horse, and we will talk to you soon.